Good morning, children. Welcome to classroom for class 10th. We have read about the inflows and outflows of water and how to manage the inflow of water, because water is a precious stock and it should be managed, and there should be equitable distribution of water for all the people. So there should be a proper law that should suits everyone. So all these things we have studied. Now there is an example of Hiware Bazar. Though it is a very dry area and scanty rainfall, but still the people of this village have been able to manage water, and they have developed their village in such a way that it has been counted as an ideal village in the country. Now children, let us see the position of Hiware Bazar on India outline map. Hiware Bazar is situated in Maharashtra in Ahmednagar district. It is it is situated on the slope of Sahyadri mountain. Now let us see the position of Hiware Bazar. Hiware Bazar was selected under Adarsh Gram Yojana of Maharashtra government for watershed and all-round development of the village. Hiware Bazar is located in Ahmednagar district in Maharashtra. It is situated on the eastern rain shadow side of Sahyadri mountain. Now children, the soil and water conservation works in Hiware Bazar were implemented on common lands and on private grasslands. Continuous contour trenches were dug on the hill slopes to arrest the erosion of soil, harvest water, and encourage growth of grass. A number of water harvesting structures were also built in the village: check dams, percolation tank, and loose boulder structure. When Adarsh Gram Yojana was launched in Maharashtra, there were also some preconditions set for selection of village. Most important were the four bandis, that means bands, made famous by the Ralegaon Siddhi experience. The four bandis were Kurhat Bandi. What is meant by Kurhat? Ban on felling trees. The people were not allowed to cut down the trees. Charai Bandi means ban of free grazing. The animals were not allowed to free graze on the land or farmland. Nasbandi means family planning. There should be a controlled population in the village. And Nashabandi, ban on liquor, so that the family should be safe and unnecessary expenditure should not be there in the family. People also had to agree to a certain amount of shramdan, that is voluntary physical labor, except for the landless who were exempt from it. So we can see that everything were taken care, even the poor people were taken into consideration. Now we can see the happiness on the face of the people, because they are very satisfied. They can grow 2 or 3 crops in a year. Ban on borewells for irrigation, growing sugarcane and banana, and selling one's land to any outsider. These all things were prohibited. These measures illustrate that issues of long-term sustainability, especially in terms of water use, were very much central to the strategy. So they made councils, they made meetings, and they made a strategy how to develop the country. The village head or the Gram Panchayats, they agreed on people's view, and they improved their village so much. The area irrigated for summer crops has increased from 7 hectare to 72 hectare. Isn't it a very good thing? In a year of normal rainfall, there is enough water in the wells to irrigate not only the Kharif Bajra but also Rabi Jowar and some summer vegetable crops. Even in unirrigated land, the improvement in soil moisture level has helped to increase productivity. So we can see how the village people, they are getting award for their excellent work. So before, the land was like that. You can see, children, how it is looking very barren, dry, without any trees and plant. Now the people of the village, they started to cultivate on the slopes of the hills. They made the trenches. Trenches means like steps. They made steps and they started cultivation. We can see this CCT, continuous contour trenches, how it has been made. I will show you clearly in your textbook. It is there, the third box. We can see. Now some more pictures are given, continuous contour trenches. In this way it is made. Deep continuous contour trenches 1 into 1 meter, how the people are working. So we have one more picture, deep CCT 1 into 1 meter filled with rain. Now in this way they are storing rain water and preserving water. You can see the slopes of the mountain and the trenches has been made. And after plantation, how the hill and the mountainous region looks. So we can see a quite difference between the first picture and the last picture, how it is barren and how it become full of vegetation. So children, again come to the topic. The soil and water conservation works in Hiware Bazar were implemented on common land and on private grassland. Continuous contour trenches were dug on the hill slopes. People made check dams, percolation tanks and loose boulder structures. Thus, we have seen, children, that if we manage the stored water in a proper way, then we can do well even in the dry land also, and even with a scanty rainfall. Now children, we have another topic, that is water as common pool resources. Now children, we have this topic, water as common pool resources. Means it is common for everyone. There should be no ownership on the water. Over the past few decades, groundwater has become the main source, especially for domestic use and agriculture. This tremendous increase in the use of groundwater has a significant impact on water availability and access to it. The current laws, means the laws which are prevailed now, the current laws about groundwater in many states are both outdated and inappropriate, because if we use only hand pump, we can't draw much water, but with the help of electric pump, people can draw a lot of water which can affect the nearby areas. There is a case study. Here is an example given. Now we should read and understand. Let us see the dispute over water use between the Perumatti Grama Panchayat in Kerala and Coca-Cola Company. The Panchayat decided not to renew the license for extraction of water because of the lowering of the water table in neighboring areas. There was also decreasing water quality to the extent that the local government primary health center had conducted that the water was not fit for drinking. The issue was brought to the court and is now pending in the Supreme Court as on January 2014. The two decisions given by the judge in Kerala gave two opposing views of groundwater regulation. The first judge found that groundwater is a public resource meant for all, and that the state has a duty to protect it against excessive exploitation. Additionally, the judge made the link that drinking water is a priority. The second judge took a completely different perspective and asserted the primacy of landowners' control over groundwater. These two contradictory decisions illustrate the confusion over our laws today. The drinking water should be given priority, or the commercial use of water by some company should be given priority. So, what is your view on this? You should think and write in your book. So let us tell children, we should conclude our chapter. Diverse means very vast and different physiographic conditions in our country. Every time we should see what is our inflows and how much is our outflows. This should be taken into consideration. With this background, we can understand the inefficient and unfair ways through which water is currently used. Water resources require both collective action at the local level and appropriate laws and policies at the state and national level. Not only the people of a particular village, they should be alert and considerate, but the local government and the central government should also consider all these things, and water problem should be solved. Though India is in such a position on the globe that it has a good monsoon season, continuous 4 months we get good rainfall in most of the areas in our country, but still if we face water problem, then it is a matter to be thought and the problem should be solved. So what is very important, what should be given priority, should be thought by the local people, by the local government, and by the central government as well. Hope you have liked my video, children. This is the end of chapter 5th. Go through this video, listen to the video, read the lesson thoroughly, and try to understand in a better way so that you can solve any question given in the examination. Now thank you, children. See you in my next video. Till then, goodbye.